Most of the time, no one really cares about FX. I mean, it's just, it's a transactional tool. But then you get to a point, and then all of a sudden, hey, we should be paying attention to this. So it's fascinating stuff.
It's always some currency we've never even heard of, like the Thai baht or something.
Although yesterday it was just Pepsi lowering their guidance because of the currency headwinds.
Right, and currency headwinds we know about. But is King Dollar good for us or not? I mean, that's another thing I'm not sure. It's a nuanced answer, I guess.
It is. I'll echo the Secretary Rubin's old refrain, a strong dollar is in the best interest of the U.S. I do believe that. At the margin, sure, a weak currency could help your exports, but it weakens too much and you lose credibility. All of a sudden, your interest rates start rising. People start pulling back. So it's never good to me. It's never good to talk down your own currency. We see it all the time, but I always think it's a big no-no.
We'll talk with Mike. We're really looking for something to worry about, and typically, I mean, things are good in this country.
Want me to give you something to worry about?
Yeah, but it's going to be, I think, EM probably. That's where a lot of these things start that then spread, and it could be a currency issue in emerging markets, especially as we're raising rates here. Yeah. It's going to put more pressure on emerging market currencies. Is that where you're looking?
Well, absolutely, and I think it's not just emerging markets. I mean, if you think about just in general debtors, I mean, Italy's coming under the gun right now. Look, global liquidity is tightening. The Fed is hiking. But now it's not just the Fed. We've got the Bank of England hiking, the Bank of Canada hiking. Norway just hiked. Sweden's going to hike sometime in either December or February. ECB is going to stop QE in December, start hiking next year. So we really have to think about the whole global liquidity, not just for EM, but for just markets in general. I think we've been used to too many years of easy money. EM, in particular, I think it's great that you focus on it, because EM was one of the biggest beneficiaries. Currency strengthened, interest rates got pushed down. Everything was hunky-dory, but now rates are going back up. It's a whole new reality, and I think now we're going to see which countries have it and which don't. I tend to favor, I think, the surplus countries in Asia, Korea, Taiwan, Singapore. They'll do okay in the sort of rising rate, tighter liquidity environment. But you've got countries like South Africa, Turkey, India, Indonesia, net debtor countries that are very heavily reliant on foreign borrowing. They're going to be in trouble. I throw Italy and some of the sort of the weaker eurozone economies as well. So we are in a very difficult situation now. If you want something really to worry about,
oh boy,
we got to talk about the next U.S. recession. I'm sorry, I brought this up last time.
I'm trying to figure out what.
It's not if, it's not if, it's when.
I know.
Right? We know that.
Okay, so what's your tipping point?
I don't know. We've got massive fiscal stimulus, which is a net positive, but we have the Fed hiking, albeit modestly. It's a best guess. It's still a guess thing. My best guess, I want to say late 2019, early 2020 is when we have to start really be on the lookout. Because I think we've got enough momentum right now going into next year to get us through most of next year.
But then what happens? What's the
tipping point? We've got the higher interest rates. Listen, higher oil is not doing us any favors. I mean, it's great for the oil producers, but net. Right. It tends to
and you're describing a classic recession. You're not describing a crisis or some other kind of flash crash or some kind of.
I hope not. Knock on wood. Okay. Look, we're in this, I think, 8th or 9th year of this expansion. So, it's just a typical business cycle downturn. We haven't done away with the laws of economics. At some point, whether it's Fed-related or an external shock, we'll see some sort of downturn. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be a big crisis. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime.